You sent it. I opened it. Now it is officially on the Rant radar. All right. Welcome back to the Read and Rant podcast. We got author mail.
Welcome to the Read It and Rant podcast, where we don't sugarcoat anything, no filters, no holding back, just raw, loud opinions. So turn it up and get ready.
Welcome back to the Read and Rant podcast, where we don't sugarcoat anything. And today we got author mail. This is a new segment I started called Rant Mail Unboxing, and it's a segment where we crack open the latest book or books landing here at Read It and Rant, and we see what goodies the author sent along with them and find out where it is officially joining our TBR. And today's package officially comes from none other than Chris Witt. So let's get this thing open, all right? I already took the book out because that thing was in bubble wrap, and I have a hard time opening that kind of stuff on camera because it takes a while. But we have a candle. Oh, he sent way more than just a book. We got a candle, a thank you card. It said your secrets are for sale. Enjoy. Oh. And then we have a little envelope. We have some bookmarks. Ooh, they're nice. What does that say? Hold on. In a game where silence is fatal, the darkest truth is the only currency. Oh, man. Spectre's Gate. Look at this. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Look at that. And then the bookmark itself. Look at that. Ooh. That is nice. You guys make some amazing art. And then it says the auction. Oh. Begins soon. I guess this is my invitation. Oh, it's a invitation pending. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Look at that. And then we have Spectre's Gate with the all-seeing eye with a key. It's pretty cool. That should be a tattoo. Look at that. That's gorgeous. And we have Spectre's Gate. Welcome. Your invitation awaits. You were selected. Observation has begun. 5 participants have entered the gate. Their secrets remain concealed. Their value remains unknown. And you have been granted limited bidder access. 5 participants now stand before the auction. Each carries a secret. Each carries a price. As confessions emerge, values will rise. Alliances will fracture. Truth will become currency. And your role is simple. Observe, judge, and bid. The auction begins now. Ooh. All right. Now, let's get to what we came here for. All right. All right. The reason we are here is for that book right there. It's called The Silent Bidding by Chris Witt, and this one is a dark psychological thriller. All right. 5 strangers awaken trapped inside the sinister Spectre's Gate, are each wearing a lethal collar designed to punish lies, while an unseen audience watches their every move. Their only chance of making it through this twisted psychological game, they need to tell the truth. But when everyone inside the mansion has something they're desperate to hide, honesty may be every bit as dangerous as lying. And that is immediately what caught my attention about the silent bidding. It's not just a locked mansion setting. It's not just 5 strangers that are trapped together. It is the freaking concept of that book. It's what happens when the one thing that normally protects you and keeps your darkest secrets to yourself is taken away. Usually in a psychological thriller, though, we're trying to figure out which character is lying. Chris Witt literally he looked at that entire trope and basically said, that's fine, but what if lying could literally get you killed? Now you got 5 strangers that are carrying secrets and trauma trapped in an isolated mansion, forced into a psychological game built around confession, manipulation, paranoia, and survival, while somebody else is watching. That is the kind of premise that makes me want to crack open a thriller like The Dark Locket and The Silent Bidding and anything else this guy has written. Now, I haven't read The Silent Bidding yet, so I'm not handing out stars. I'm definitely not giving this one a read and rant verdict today. Rant Mail is not about reviewing a book before I read it. It's about putting a book and the author behind it on your radar. All right. And I want to give a huge read and rant thank you to Chris Witt for sending The Silent Bidding my way and trusting me with another one of his stories, And Chris didn't send this book alone. He sent all these goodies. We have the candle, which says the game begins on the back of it, and it smells good. I did smell it. I did the smell test. It smells like berries. But we've got bookmarks. If I can pick them up right. There we go. We got bookmarks. We got a sticker, and we got some other goodies in here. There's a thank you note and a little envelope. This thingy's right here. Um, and it's one of my favorite things about opening author mail because you're not just getting another author's book. A lot of times you're getting this entire little like care package experience they've created around their entire story, and all this is definitely going to go on display with the book. Um, so it's official. The Silent Bidding by Chris Witt is on the Rant radar, and you're going to be seeing this book again. And I want to give a message to the authors that are watching. And before we close out this episode, I want to say something to all indie authors out there who follow Read It Rant. If you already sent me author mail, your book is on. Especially with PR mail and specifically, I haven't forgotten about you. Your book will be read. I read 8 books at the same time. I have been trying to figure out how to consolidate reviews and keep up my same volume, and I figured it out. I'm gonna be the Rant Stack is my new book review platform. I'm gonna be reading 8 books at once, or 6 or 8 books. The 6 I'm gonna be doing on the Rant Stack, and the other 2 are probably gonna be for other segments on my podcast. But when I do these book reviews, they're pretty much going to be 4 to 6 minutes a piece, and they're a lot shorter. And the reason I'm doing this is because yes, I can read 8 books at once, but doing individual book reviews that are long form, they take forever to write the script. They take forever to record, and then I have to edit, and it's just too time consuming, and it takes a lot of time away from reading. Um, so if your book, you have sent me your book, or I bought your book and it's on my shelf, it will be read. It will be featured on the Rant Stack, and then on the Rant Stack, the verdict. And I actually devised a brand new thing with the Rant Stack. When I read a book, I read 85 pages, and I have a reading schedule where I read 85 from one book, 85 pages from another book, and I have another book I read 85 pages from. And then then the next day I pick up 3 different books, and then I keep repeating that cycle, and I flip flop between 6 books, or 7 books like that. And then I take notes every 85 pages, and then I log it, and then I look at the consensus, and I make a script on that small thing, and then go from there. So if you have sent me your book, it will be read, it will be reviewed. Just let me get through these 8, and then I'll keep doing that over and over. Um, Also, once I get into these books, they're not going to just be a one and done kind of a thing. They're going to appear on future episodes and segments like the Rant Stack, the Rant Revival, reviews, re-records, and the Read It Rant features designed to keep your work in front of readers. And if you're an author watching this and thinking, how do I get my book onto Rant Mail? I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to send your book for me to read, review, and potentially feature on Rant Mail Unboxed, you're welcome to reach out. I also have no problem paying for your work. I don't mind if I have to pay for PR boxes. I don't mind if I have to pay for the book. I prefer that. I feel bad if I get free stuff. Um, I like to compensate authors because I know publishing a book is expensive. Um, and Also, because the Read It Rant podcast doesn't just live in one corner of the internet, we're also going to be getting these books in front of more audiences through TikTok, Facebook, my Spotify channel, and the Read It Rant podcast YouTube channel. But here's the part that's especially important to me. Just because I finish your book doesn't mean I'm finished promoting it. All right. If you look at the shelves behind me, if you watch my podcast before with my new setup, those corner shelves aren't just decorations. I showcase indie books on those shelves while I'm filming my podcast episodes, and I rotate them out every week. That means even after I finish reading your book, it's still sitting behind me where viewers can see it during future episodes. And I like to pull those books back off the shelves for rereads, re-records, recommendations, comparisons, themed episodes, and other Read It Rant segments. I don't want an indie author's book to get one review, one video, and then disappear. These authors trusted me with their work, so I'm going to keep putting these books in front of readers. And today, however, that spotlight belongs to Chris Witt and his dark psychological thriller, The Silent Bidding. You got 5 strangers, one deadly mansion, a game built around secrets, and a terrifying question: what would you confess if telling the truth was your only way out? And I like to say thank you again to Chris Witt for sending The Silent Bidding and all these goodies to the Read It Rant podcast. It's officially here. It's officially on the TBR. And most importantly, it's on the Rant radar. All right, this has been Rant Mail Unboxed. You sent it, I opened it, and now it's officially on the Rant radar. I'm Tony. This is the Read It Rant podcast where we don't sugarcoat anything. And I'm saying you need to embrace the damn rant. And all I got to say is Read It and Rant is out.